आशीर्वेचा अभिमंत्रिता ननाम मातरो शीर्ष्णा सत्कृता सज्जनाग्रणी. One more time. अभिवन्द्य पितु पादाव आशीर्वेचा अभिमंत्रिता ननाम मातरो शीर्ष्णा सत्कृता सज्जनाग्रणी. So the context here is Dhruva Maharaj has performed through Narada Muni's instruction. He worshipped the Lord exactly as per his instructions, and he could see the Lord in 6 months. But some of the things were still there in his intelligence, in his brain, his mind, that my stepmother Suruchi has done this insult. That is there. And then he wanted to get kingdom. Then Uttanapada, his father, Swayambhu Manu, and his father, Brahma. These three, above these three, these two things he still has in the mind. Even after Narada Muni has given instruction, everything, still it is lingering in consciousness. And then now the Lord has appeared in 6 months. Lord touched his head. Then he could offer. Almost 10 verses are there. Vidura is asking Maitreya, how did this happen? What exactly has happened? Why Lord Dhruva is not still pleased, even though he has seen the Lord? Can you describe? So why this is so? And then Maitreya Muni is explaining that Lord has come, and then Dhruva Maharaj couldn't offer because he offered with great respect. He fell flat. Similar verses explained here. Here, this is when Lord has departed, and then now his father Uttana was in great anxiety because Narada Muni went and told what is happening there. So he left his kingdom and walked all the way, running towards to see Dhruva Maharaj coming. Now let me go and see. This is the Vaishnava behavior also. When your guru is coming, see, an advanced devotee is coming, you go outside the temple, you wait, look at in Sridham Mayapur, and Radhanath Maharaj is coming. Advanced devotee Jananivas Prabhu is coming. Then what will they do? Sit in the temple. And Prabhupada was coming. They used to watch from the distance. Then they all used to get ready with all the kartals, going, everything ready to invite. This is a proper etiquette to invite, to bring, give your eagerness to see the advanced devotee, pure devotee, to be there. This is the process. So that's why Uttanapada has come with that eagerness that this my son is not anymore an ordinary son. He's a great devotee, and Lord has met Lord. Narada Muni brought the news. That means how much elevated he is. With that eagerness to see him, of course, his affection is there automatically. And then Dhruva Maharaj is offering this praise. This is happening with this. He's seeing his father, he's seeing the mother. In what mood and what consciousness is offering his respects. With loving and feeling is been explained with that Abhivandya Nanama. You see in Prahlad Maharaj's prayer, Nanama Vidrutanjali. We also offer obeisance, as Krishna is telling famous verse 2 times. Become my devotee, offer obeisance. Yeah. So offer obeisances is there. Four things. One of them is. But that obeisance also has a deeper meaning in what consciousness you offer, how much feelingly is tears flowing down. You want to kiss the Lord's lotus feet in this, I think, 29th or 23rd verse. Prabhupada is writing. Devotee wants to kiss the lotus feet of the Lord. So absorbed, so deeply attached to that lotus feet. That's why we take so much long darshan of that lotus feet. You massage the lotus feet. You become attached. That's what you remember when you chant the holy name. That's what throughout the day you are supposed to remember. The same Lord's lotus feet and your Guru's lotus feet. So then you can actually, you are fixed up in constant. Then you can perfect your life. If that is not happening, then it's difficult because mind will give all kinds of other things, goes on. You can't remember the Lord. You can't be fixed in consciousness like Dhruva was fixed. So it has to do with that practice. Sri Guru Charana Padma, Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam, Vande Rupa Sanatana. All these acharyas, everywhere we are daily practices in that mode. For this reason only, because that is ultimate goal, to become attached to that lotus feet of Shyamsundar and lotus feet of our Guru, both in the same line. Because Guru is Krishna's room. Krishna wants you to serve through Guru. When you go there in spiritual world, that's what you do. You serve as Subal, Sridham, if you are Saktiras or Madhuras, and you serve Lalita, Vishaka, Ramandra, everybody is there. You're not directly serving. So that has to begin here. That's the independent thing will not work. Here, neither it will work there. So that it has to be dependent. So Uttanapada is very dependent on Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj is very dependent on his devotees. So as this is the context in which this chapter is laid out, we want to go back to home, go back home to spiritual world like Dhruva Maharaj did, then we have to follow the exact path. How much you have to surrender to Narada Muni, to spiritual master, exactly how you have to follow, how you have to stick to the association. Of course, in that case, he has to sit in Madhuvan forest, sitting alone and following the instruction. That is still the association. But we should not do that and independently sit and no, we have to be in the because Prabhupada has created the facility. Narada Muni at that time, that was the situation. But for us, the situation is different. We have the facility, we have the temple, beautiful deities, beautiful devotees. So we have to take that opportunity to be there. And senior Vaishnavas, spiritual masters, so many are coming regularly. So we should take that opportunity, take that facility which Prabhupada is offering, or spiritual masters, our society is offering, to enhance our bhakti, enhance our loving dealings, loving relationship with trust and confidence, with enthusiasm. So in that mood, this is offered. Dromar is offering his obeisances, and tears are flowing down from Uttanapad. Even Mother Suruchi, these tears are flowing down. Oh, my son, may you live long. Uh, she forgot all her ill feelings, whatever, because Prabhupada explained, Dhruva Maharaj was touched by the Lord. When that happens, whoever you meet, then their ill feelings, everything will goes away. So that's what happened to. But their Prabhupada is explaining that in the previous verses context is this because of unknowingly committing a sin offense to a Dhruva Maharaj. At that time he was still not a devotee. Even then, unknowingly done, it has a bad result. So the Lord immediately is telling this to Dhruva. Dhruva didn't ask, but Lord is revealing that because you have that feeling that insult has been done. Because of that, Lord is telling that in future, in few days, in few years, what will happen is your Uttama will go, your step brother, and you will go to forest, and then he will be killed by this in the forest, and then your mother also out of the madness will go and she will be devoured with the forest fire. She will be killed. For what reason? Prabhupada is explaining the purport that because of the offense, unknowingly doing offense. Imagine knowingly you doing offense. If unknowingly, same thing. If unknowingly you do serve Vaishnava also, you get great credit. Same thing, opposite also you have to apply. If you do unknowingly offense, that has implication, and especially if it's like Dhruva is the greatest devotee. And the consequence was that Suruchi had to give up her life. So that's the Prabhupada writing how much Vaishnava association is important. In that context, this is going on. So now there has come. But before Lord has explained what will happen, you live for 36,000 years as a great king, you will do great sacrifices. That's why Janagragani is the foremost. And at the end, you will enter into my kingdom. Dhruva planet is part of the spiritual world. Who has done this? This is what personality? This is Krishna Garbha. Sahasra Sirsha, this Lord who has appeared in front of Dhruva Maharaj is not exactly Syam Sundar Krishna. It is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu called Krishna Garbha. He has appeared. In the first verse, this has been explained. In the purport Prabhupada, what is this? Who is Sahasra Sirsha means? Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is also called Krishna Garbha. He has appeared. That personality has appeared in front of Dhruva Maharaj, and he has created this Dhruva planet for specifically for Dhruva. At that time, it was not there, and that is part of the spiritual world. It doesn't get annihilated. So, this is the context in which Lord explained all these things. This is what will happen after you leave, after I depart, and go back, and all these things will happen in future. Because he has come with a desire and he has some that insulting. So that this all this will happen by looking at his true desire, what thoughts he had. He wants to fulfill those, and then ultimately will become purified and will enter into Dhruva planet. That's part of the spiritual world. Everybody will offer obedience. Everybody want to take darshan of Dhruva planet. Everybody is rotating the Dhruva. This is in the center pole star. Everybody, all the planets are rotating. All these things are being described by the Lord to give us. Also, Prabhupada is explaining also beautifully, verse number 29, 33. Some of the verses purport, amazing verses purport. Prabhupada is explaining. Now, let us read translation and purport by Prabhupada. Translation by Srivangesi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Then Dhruva Maharaj, the foremost of all noblers, Janagragani, First of all, offered his obeisance at the feet of his father and was honored by his father with various questions. This is the general. This is also a Vaishnava. That's why it's offering obeisance is not a simple thing. What Krishna is telling, four things, it seems easy, but it's much more than that. And that's why you have to study Gaur Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. Intensely, you have to study, you have to hear and you study it. From a look at the final purpose of Prabhupada, then we understand. Because there will be questions, there will be feeling, loving exchanges, what's happening, chanting, many things. Devotees, when they meet, if a proper conduct is there, the questions and the conversation will be deeper. It is not simply superficial. For that, it requires on both sides. Both understand each other, both has the loving feelings are there, and both are looking towards following in line with Acharya and Sampradaya and advancement in serving the Guru and Krishna. How to take this forward with compassion and tolerating and in that, then this when the two devotees meet, conversation is at a different level. The regular meeting, it is at a normal level. It is general. It is not so much. It's not so really intense. The brain of bhakti is no. It is not on that level. So all these things one has to understand. For that advanced things to happen, the conversation to be done happen at that level, one has to follow this submissive attitude, dependent attitude, and you practice like that prayerfully, and you are seeking the Lord and the Acharya that please allow me to give me opportunity to serve in the association to please my spiritual master. Everything is done to please spiritual master only. Associating with Vaishnavas, dancing, chanting, feasting, serving the deity, everything to please the spiritual master only. Everything. Because by that you will enhance to do Guru service even better and better and better. Because without Vaishnava, what service can you do? You cannot even please your spiritual master and you can't do anything properly. So for that you need lots of Vaishnava's blessings. Then you can serve Guru properly. Yes, so that's why the Vaishnava association is very important. So Nardamani's association was the greatest benefit for so Dhruva Maharaj, and he continued on his whole life. That is the point we have to understand here. Offering obeisance is not simple thing. First offered obeisance at the feet of his father and was honored by his father with various questions. That was the case. You see the Canto 3, every canto, pretty much you see meeting of these personalities. Vidura Maitreya. Before that, Vidura met Uddhava. What happened? Uddhava was completely gone mad. So he couldn't speak. You can clearly read those verses. When these situations you see, you read again and again, understand what exactly is happening. But when I meet the Vaishnavas, why it is not happening? Why is it in a different platform? Why am I looking at the faults or looking at 100 different things? Why don't even I smile and say Hare Krishna? What exactly is happening? That means I am performing karma Mr. Bhakti, Jnana Mr. Bhakti. What bhakti am I performing? Why I have no feelings? What is happening? So these things has to be understood and we have to observe and then rectify that. And for that requires submission and prayers to Sri Prabhupada and our spiritual master. Then we have to constantly change this consciousness in which we conduct. And this way we become enhanced. Then enthusiasm will always be there. It will never go away. But if we don't conduct ourselves, then enthusiasm will not be there. One day it will be there, next day will be deprived of that enthusiasm. Utsaha, Nichya, Dhairya, Tat Karma Pravartana, Sangatyago, Swato Vritte. When you follow Swato Vritte, when you give up this unwanted, you reduce, minimize that other association, faulty material association, and increase this side, advanced devotee association, then enthusiasm, patience, determination will be there. To the degree we don't follow these last two lines, to the degree Utsaha will not be there, patience will not be there, determination will not be there, adjustment will not be there, toleration cannot be there. Not possible. What to speak of the fourth, fifth verses onwards? If the third verse cannot happen. So that's every book pretty much speaking this, giving this philosophy, what has been explained here. With various questions, he then bowed his head at the feet of his two mothers. So because intensity is deep, the Lord has given full blessings. Then Dhruva Maharaj, the foremost of all noblers, first of all, offered his obeisance at the feet of his father and was honored by his father with various questions. He then bowed his head at the feet of his two mothers, purported by Prabhupada. It was It may be questioned why Dhruva Maharaj offered his respect not only to his mother but also his stepmother, due to whose insult he had to leave home. ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पुङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वर वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अंतकोटि वैष्णव की जय। नमाचर दास ठाकुर जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। श्री रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय। And this beautiful purport of 4945 reading here. So the first verse itself, first two lines itself is important. It is mentioned here. Why did he offer? Due to whose insult he had to leave home? The answer is that after achieving perfection by self-realization and seeing the Supreme Personality face to face, Dhruva Maharaj was completely freed from all contamination of material desire. Feelings of insult or honor in this material are never perceived by a devotee. And that now we have to understand. When we can come to this stage, we had already explained some of the finer details of it, but we will have to look at Prabhupada's purport. So he is our Acharya. So you look at Bhagavad Gita in verse number, we were talking earlier, 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Jitatma prasantasya paramatma samahita. That is 7th verse, I think. 9th verse you go further down and look at the purports. 9th verse, Prabhupada is talking about Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, Suhrun Mitrari Bandhu Madhyastha Dvesha Bandhu Suhrun Mitrari Udasina. Further advanced, he already talked about the Jitatma Prashant, that means the yogi here already is elevated, who is able to control. His mind is not giving agitation. If somebody is insulting, somebody is criticizing, somebody is always finding faults, whatever one is doing, he is completely aloof from it. And further advanced than that, this person, they are supposed to come to that platform. Then this will happen. What is there in the purport? Lord is telling us, Suhurun, with your great well-wishers. So Surun Mitra, honored friend. Udasina, that means those who are envious, and Udasina means will become indifferent. You ignore them. Udasina. Madhyastha Dvesha, same level. Dvesha means those who are envious. Udasina also will be lower level, ignorant. Udasina, Madhyastha Dvesha Bandhus. Bandhus are also there. Bandhu, Mitra, Apta, Surun, different kinds of friends. And that Bandhu is also there. With all of them, you look at indifferently. You look at all of them in a same category. You can't even think of that. When you look at devotees, we have some feeling. We look at others, we have some feeling. You look at envious person, we have a different feeling. And here it is, this is the advanced devotee. That means he's praying for all. He's thinking about all's welfare. He's not thinking just only devotees. His understanding is a part and parcel. Theories looks, okay. But when it comes to the practice on everyday basis, when you go to office, when you go anywhere, we don't have that. Consciousness is not carried out. We forget after the class itself. So that practice comes by, as I told, the finer details when we offer obeisance, when we, look at the Vaishnava, when we converse, when we meet, when we see that all these things has to be increased and increased. When we read, it cannot be palliating. We have to apply these principles. And then we gradually come there. Look at the purport, Prabhupada making this beautiful purport in this 6th, 7th, not this verse, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Prabhupada writing. Yeah, 6, 7, in this verse. See the what purport Prabhupada writing. And the mind is misled by the external illusions. That's what is happening in this current purport, Dhruva. One becomes entangled in material. Therefore, as soon as one's mind is controlled through one of the yoga system, so, Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga is in the middle. Gnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, the Third one is Bhakti Yoga. In the ladder, Bhakti is on the top. Ashtanga is not on the top of the ladder. So that Prabhupada explains in this chapter purport. One should be considered to have already reached the destination. One has to abide by superior dictation. Read this particular line. When one's mind is fixed on the superior nature, he has no alternative but to follow the dictation. The mind must admit some superior dictation and follow it. The effect of controlling the mind is that one automatically follows the dictation of Paramatma or so for so. Because this transcendental position is at once achieved by one who is in Krishna consciousness. The devotee of the Lord is unaffected by the dualities of material, namely distress, happiness, cold, heat, you name it. People will do all kinds of things. Yeah, that's what else can you expect in Kali Yuga and material world? Whether you are at temple or at home or at outside, anywhere you can expect these things. Yeah, because everybody is trying to come and understand and follow. So you can't expect wonderful things. So this is expected. Prabhupada expected this to happen. So how we deal with it has been explained. If you submit to the superior, the Supreme Lord and your Guru, then you tolerate everything. If you don't submit, mind will keep on telling you, this is not right, that is not right, why this, why that, so let us do that same thing, tit for tat. This will go on. That's why it is explained here. When you follow superior dictation, mind will not give you any of these feelings. Mind will naturally subdue. If you don't follow superior, that means you act independently. Most of us do that regularly. And you cannot expect your mind to cooperate with you. No, mind will become enemy. When will mind become friend? Only if you follow the dictation of the superiors. That is, especially our spiritual master, advanced devotees, or founder Acharya. What is he telling? How we should do every day. If you follow that, then not only that is superiors. They are superiors. If you follow that, then Lord is there in the heart. Oh, he's following all my representatives. So let me make his mind peaceful. So then naturally everything becomes automatically prashanta. Yeah, this is seventh verse. This is not even advanced stage. Now look at the ninth verse purport. That is further advanced stage. Then if you don't come to this stage, you cannot come to ninth verse, further advanced. It's very difficult. That's why Bhagavad Gita, every chapter, every verse is very important as per the Prabhupada's purports. That is a divine grace. And a person is considered still further advanced when he regards honest well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, neutral mediators, envious, friends, enemies, the pious and sinners, all with an equal mind. Are we operating on this platform? I don't think so. Because it's a very difficult platform. When will you come? When you practice what our spiritual master and our Acharya is teaching, the principles, the finer details, what it means, paying attention to details. So that's why all these yatras, but we go to yatra, we do all these things, but it's not sinking in. The instruction has been given after now, the Pisuna is not sinking in. So that is the problem. We don't change, we carry the same thing what we used to do last year, previous year, the same thing we are carrying. We're not understanding and fixing up our attitudes or behaviors or conduct. But from once we come from yatra, then we have to observe and we have to become now careful. What I have received the message, what my guru is expecting of me to do, how I conduct, and that I have to now fix. I cannot carry on what I used to do before yatra. Now I have to be better devotee, better person, better interaction, better conversation. How to bring myself and other devotee to come to that further higher, to give more consciousness to others, help others, give this love to others, expand this movement. This is the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even further is Nityananda, even further is Acharya. Devotee is even more elevated. That's what Prabhupada is talking about in this. I think 29th in this verse, or the before, I think Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. I think let me look at it. Yeah, read this verse, what Prabhupada is telling. By the grace of Vishnu, a Vaishnava can render better service than Vishnu. Read that line, no? What Prabhupada is writing. That is the special prerogative of Vaishnava. And this is expected of us by Prabhupada. All of us are spiritual. The Lord actually wants to see his servant work more gloriously than himself. For instance, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Sri Krishna provoked Arjuna to fight because of all the warriors on the battlefield were to die by Krishna's plan. But Krishna himself did not want to. Then Prabhupada is quoting that verse, Nimitta Matram. Yes. Yes. Sometimes I get response from these advanced devotees. Yes, sir. Nimittam, I'm quoting this verse. Whatever you are saying, yes, I'll do. I'll follow your command. I'm junior, but they are senior and advanced. So that means you can understand this purport they have understood. We didn't understand. We are operating on the lower level, but they have understood. We are supposed to take their instruction, but they are trying to follow. So they are teaching us. So what is this advanced consciousness? What Prabhupada is explaining this? Nimittam atram. That is what nimittam. Further, you read the purport. What Prabhupada is telling here. So. Jagai Madai were delivered solely by Nityan Prabhu's. When they injured Nityan, Lord Chaitanya became angry and decided to kill them. Uh, yeah, but Nityananda was so kind that he not only saved them from death but elevated them to transcendental position. This is what was that was not possible for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was carried out when further this paragraph you read. Similarly, one is true to Gaur Nitai's service in the disciplic succession. That's why we look at when we go to temple, we don't directly after Prabhupada's mercy and spiritual master Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya, we offer our pranam mantra to our Guru and our Prabhupada. And then we look at our beloved Lord Sri Gaur Nitai because we need their mercy. Otherwise, we can't enter in Radha Krishna. That is completely above and beyond our head to comprehend, to come to that. So that's why we completely take shelter of Nityananda and Chaitanya. Yeah, even if you go in front of Jagannath altar, also we humbly submit to Baladev. Please shower some mercy. Put your head on my, put your feet on my head. Yeah, you crush this false pride so that I can understand what devotion, what my guru has given, I am not able to understand still. Even though he has first initiated me, second initiated me, he's expecting so many things, but still I'm at the lowest level. Yes, he can crush the pride. He did to Ramaharsham Sutta. Yes, this is the business of Lord Balram or Nityan Prabhu. So this is what we have to understand. We have to pray sincerely. By His mercy, mind can be checked. Otherwise, mind takes all the dirtiness what goes on in this world. It will not keep the wonderful things. Dirtiness goes on. So that's a important purpose. He can even excel Nityang Prabhu sir, who? Vaishnava and Acharya. This is the process of discipline. Second, this is expected of us. Nityananda Prabhu delivered Jagai Madai, but a servant of Nityananda Prabhu by his grace, his divine grace, that's it, Prabhu, can deliver many thousands of Jagai Madai. That is the special benediction of disciplic succession. One who is situated in the disciplic can be understood by the result of his activity. Palena Parichate. That's why I told we should not become like others. They here all over the world. Anybody and everybody. Baba Prabhupada has done so many things. You have no idea. In this world, nobody has done it anything like that. Not even 0.5%, not even 20%, 10% what he has done. Why to hear from so many others? Why not hear from our own Acharya? Why he is giving so much? He has demonstrated his whole life. Who has demonstrated? Show me one person has demonstrated for his life, 40, 50 years, spent time. Nobody. You cannot find. No match. So then why you should not hear from Prabhupada? We should hear that because here clearly this paragraph is who has done this work? Only Prabhupada has delivered all over the world. Every country, wherever he went. You see Russia, how many devotees are there? You see Japan, China, how many devotees are there? So many. Where it has come from? Because Prabhupada has compassionate, went all over the place. Yeah, that's why he said to Guru Kripa Prabhu, before I leave China, I leave Vrindavan. I give up this temple to make sure to establish this preaching in China, in Japan. That means yes, because Guru has told, no, Western world you go and preach. That is main, not so much in India. Whatever Guru tells, that is the tall order. Yes. So that's why we have to take this seriously. Guru's message. Everything depends on that is the dependence, not independently. If Guru is instructing, then okay, go and distribute books. He may not tell you directly. He's telling openly anyway in the class. That means it applies to every disciple, all well-wishers. It's not that, oh, my Guru didn't give me any. No, that instruction is for you only. And you have to take that seriously. If he is telling you again and again something, that means you have to pay attention twice, thrice for those attention. When you hear the classes of Guru, that's what you are supposed to do. Not wait for my personal instruction is not there. Now I have no direct instruction from Guru. No, that is also applies to you. When you do that, you may receive personal instruction also later on. So that is the importance of here. the reading of these first two lines. We have not gone to purport. I have to look at the time. 7:04. I think I have to stop. Yeah, time is Krishna. So it's very. The time is less to explain these things. Half an hour for me at least is not generally enough to go over the verse, any verse, because Prabhupada's purports are so deep. You have to bring the finer details of his instruction from various angles, from Bhagavad Gita, from Nectar, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam. Then it takes time. That's why Prabhupada said, I have to write Bhagavad Gita again. You have written so much. No. That is not enough. I have not done the same thing to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Verse by verse, I have to explain. Nectar devotion. This is Prabhupada. That means how deep he is. In his class also, he will bring so much. Nobody gives class like Prabhupada. So that is Prabhupada's consciousness, his potency, everything is different level. So that's why we have to greatly submit and beg every day to operate the way he wants us to operate, the way he wants us to conduct ourselves, so that then he can pick us up, place us at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Sri Radha Shyam Sundar. That will happen. Yeah, if you follow Prabhupada, that will happen. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Dhruva Maharaj ki jai, your beloved Lord Sri Gauranitai from Vrindavan. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. 28th February is Friday, is Ekadasi. 27th Friday is Ekadasi, 28th is Govinda's very, very important festival, Madhavendra Puri's disappearance day. Yeah, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I think Madhupati Prabhu in San Jose, I don't think he joined. Yeah. So he's in 3 hours ahead. Okay, I think we'll conclude. Take it away, Samantha Prabhu or anybody else to conclude. Just go ahead. Amritananda.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept humble obeisance always. Let's chant the Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
So offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas all over the universe with the prayer of
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha.
Let us pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to help us on the path of bhakti. Ugram Viram
Mahavishnu Jalatam Sarvato Mukam Padram Mrityum Namami.
Jai Nrsimha, Shri Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha.
Jaya Padma Mukha Padma.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Hari Bol. Thank you.